Dear Cajon Valley employees and families, I've been a little bit hesitant to do an update because the rules and protocols and circumstances change so frequently. But now that we're a month into school, I'll just say congratulations on a successful first month, and I'll give you the best information I have right now. So this is a very brief update on some important items, both for our employees, our students, and also our families. The first one is the National Free School Lunch Program. All students in the United States will be provided free breakfast and lunch every day, regardless of income status, kindergarten through 12th grade. This is for all schools. And at the beginning of the school year, we wanted to announce that program, but that announcement created a national food shortage. Kind of makes sense. Our child nutrition program has been doing great work to get ready to provide this meal service for all kids. And if it hasn't started at your school yet, it will very soon. Thank you to Child Nutrition and all of our workers there for doing everything you can to provide healthy and tasty meals for all of our students. The second update is quarantine. Last year, when we had a positive COVID test in our classrooms, we had to quarantine the whole class. And we all know what a massive disruption that was when students had to go home for 14 days, parents had to figure out a solution, and then teachers had to find a way to make it work instructionally on a dime. This year, we're introducing a modified quarantine, which several of you have experienced already, both as classroom teachers or as parents and students. At the beginning of the school year, we enrolled in a state testing program where we could provide free COVID testing at our school sites. And it's a 15-minute rapid antigen test that comes in a packet like this. Under the supervision of someone trained at the school site, with parent permission, the children would take the swab, self-administer right inside the nose, not the one that goes way deep inside the nostril. In 15 minutes after putting it in, the container would either have a negative test or a positive test. In this case, positive is not better. And I've been told that this is not an actual test, so I can't catch anything from these tests. Those didn't arrive either, so we were without a testing option for parents trying to modify quarantine. We understand that several parents had a hard time getting a COVID test for their children because the pediatrician or pharmacy wouldn't provide a test for students or children that were not symptomatic. So what we did was we decided to create options, and we now have a saliva-based test from Cal Biotech, which is a local biotech firm that we actually piloted last year at Rios to see if we could have a safe and effective way to get kids tested. We're piloting that this week. And we have both tests now in-house, so we should have, by the time you're seeing this update, a testing solution for those that have to get a modified quarantine test, or for staff that simply would like to have a test at school because you're feeling under the weather or you may have been exposed. So that's in process. The exciting thing is that this year, if students are wearing masks in their classroom, we can keep them in their classrooms if they've been exposed to somebody in their class. And you may have received a letter that says, my child was exposed to somebody who may have tested positive for COVID-19. That's a letter that we have to send, that the state mandates. What that means is that there was a child at school that may have been in proximity of your child for a brief amount of time, 15 minutes or more. It doesn't mean that they're at risk. It just means that they may have been exposed. And this is the very strict protocol that we must follow. And again, fortunately, with these rapid tests and the saliva-based test, we have a way to keep your kids in school and learning, and only send kids home for quarantine that are actually sick. Another exciting update is a new innovation called monoclonal antibodies. And Pauline Lucatero, who is a parent at Forte Elementary School and also the director of nursing at San Diego Family Health Services, she and her team are administering this highly effective treatment for COVID-19 at various centers throughout San Diego. You can find more information on the news story itself or go directly to Family Health Services or the County of San Diego website to see where and how you can get this free and highly effective treatment. One question that I've received a lot from both employees and parents is about vaccines. And what I can tell you is that if nothing changes by the law before October 15th in California, that all school employees will be required to show proof of a vaccination or provide proof of a negative COVID test on a weekly basis. And again, the school-based tests that we have for our students will be available for staff for your convenience. That also does apply to parents and vendors that will be providing regular volunteer services or direct services to students during the school day. The exciting thing, though, is that for after-school activities and parent PTA events, we're excited to have our parents back on campus volunteering and providing these events and fundraisers for our kids. For after-school events, parents will not be required to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test. We will be requiring masks indoors where students are present, but other than that, outdoor activities, we can return to normalcy again. Speaking of parents, one group of parents we got to know really well are parents from Afghanistan. And what we learned earlier this year in August is that several of our families who had gone to visit their relatives for the last time were trapped because of a sudden change in plans by the administration. Thanks to the help of Congressman Ice's office, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Department of Defense, we were able to safely extract 7 of the 8 families and return them home to Cajon Valley. The students are back in our classrooms and we were able to visit them last week. We will not give up hope until we return the last family home. They, along with the 30,000 other SIVs, and those are folks that serve the U.S. military as translators and interpreters, that are U.S. allies, that are still trapped in Afghanistan behind enemy lines. There's still much work to do. And lastly, we are hiring. We are currently recruiting for substitute teachers, for office assistants, for health assistants, for bus drivers. Actually, the list goes on and on. Anything that you are interested in, we could probably find opportunities to do. So if you or anyone you know is looking for a job, Cajon Valley is the best place to live, work, play, and raise a family. We'd love to have them here as part of the Cajon Valley team. But you personally, if you can volunteer to work a few hours a week in the office, on the playground, in the lunchroom, or in a variety of ways, you would be the best opportunity for us to have help to make this school year more manageable. Please join us. More information will come and there'll be more frequent updates, as one thing we know is things will change and things will change frequently. We thank you for your patience and thank you for being part of the Cajon Valley family.